So for today's lesson, let's see what we got on the menu. Ah, I know what it is. Hey guys, how's it going? Joshua Shanti here once again. Out in nature, it's nice and bright today. I decided to take a walk into the hills, so it's pretty nice. Decided to take a rest right here in the shade and do a little video for you guys. I wanted to talk about how you can balance doing spiritual practice as well as living and working in the world at the same time. Now, the first thing you have to do is remove the conception that spiritual practice or meditation in itself is something that has to be done when you're sitting down in your room, or you're doing a closed-eyed meditation, or it has to be done during a certain time of the day, or it has to be done during certain exercises. Like, there's certain things that you have to do in order to be able to do your spiritual practice or meditation. First thing you have to do is remove that conception, because it's a limiting conception that makes you feel like that you have to space separate times out during the day to be able to do your spiritual practice or meditate. Now, what you really have to understand is that spirituality and meditation is something that is continuous. It's something that becomes your life. It is actually your life instead of a hobby. And what I mean by this is when you meditate on things that you can use to be able to overcome obstacles or blockages that are possibly hindering you from going forward in the way that you want to, such as realizing what's being reflected in the outer world towards you. As some great gurus and sages say, the world is my guru. And what they mean by that is that everyone around them has something to teach them, no matter what it is. It's all on how you perceive it and what you can get from life and what it presents to you. That could be anything from someone walking up to you and having a simple conversation, to one of your best friends that you interact with daily, to your parents, or possibly nature or animals. They could totally represent something that you can learn from each and every day. It's all staying in that perspective, staying in that state of mind, and actually utilizing every experience that you have to be able to understand how to use it. Nothing is pure coincidence. Everything always happens for a reason. You're always in a certain place to be able to learn and grow from that, because the universe always knows what you need, and it always gives you exactly what you need. It's up to you to be able to grasp it and then dive inwards and use it in the way that it possibly can be used. So with that said, it can open up many doors, enabling you to grow in ways that you probably couldn't do prior. It's such an incredible thing because of the fact that you can meditate while going through the grocery store. And if you're meditating in whichever practice that you decide to do, since there's different ways of meditating, but they're all doing the exact same thing, which is understanding who you are, you could walk through the grocery store and be totally blissed out because you're deep in meditation. Yet your body and mind do exactly what it needs to do, and it will continue doing what it needs to do. So it's not to say that you can't do your spiritual practice and meditation while in the world. It's just you practicing enough to be able to do multitask, which is live in the world and do spiritual practice at the same time. It's not as hard as you may think. It's just continuous practice on doing it every single day so that you can understand how things work and what you can grasp better from life. It's really easy to forget to do these kind of things, especially when you get caught up in the moment, when you're interacting with people, or maybe somebody offended you, or maybe you heard something that you didn't agree with. It's really easy to get caught up in that. Or maybe you're working and you get caught up in the work that you're doing and you kind of forget to meditate or forget to practice, you know. That's why the continuous practice of meditating and trying to get as much as you can from whatever experience you're having is necessary. So just continue practicing until it becomes something that's natural. Anything that you practice, if you practice enough, it becomes natural. So we just have to keep practicing and keep going at it, and everything will be fine. Sometimes the world can be a really hectic place. You can get really caught up in the things that are going on in the world. You know, you could have a girlfriend that you're very intimate with, or you could have a job that takes up a lot of your time. You could have responsibilities that you need to take care of all the time. Either you're a family man or you just have responsibilities, no matter what they are, that can take up your time and make you feel like that you're not able to balance work and practice work and meditation at the same time. And that always comes back to continuously practicing all day long within your own self, using the perspective there to be able to utilize whatever is presented to you. That's all it really takes. It's not much more than that. Because once you get into that practice, once you're able to utilize everything that's presented to you, and it becomes natural, all the doors are open to you, then the balance is really there. The balance is perfect. Now, it's easy to step out of that if you stop practicing, if you get too comfortable in it being your natural way of life. You can go, I don't need to practice, or I don't need to meditate as much because, I've been doing it constantly. That's where you slip up, and that's how people revert backwards, is by stopping the continuous meditation and the continuous usage of whatever's being presented to you. You have to keep going at it all the time. It's not something you can put down and let go of. It's not like just because you stop doing it for a short period of time that it's just going to disappear, but it would definitely be more beneficial if you kept practicing and got your practice stronger and stronger and stronger into utilizing everything that's presented to you. Because then it's not only your practice and way of life, but then it becomes something much more than that, and it enables anything and everything to come into your vicinity. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have had this experience by actually doing this sort of practice and seeing what kind of results it gets. So that's really what it comes down to, is continuous practice, and don't let anything stop you from practicing. Now, there's one thing that can possibly stop you from practicing, which is external instances that could make you depressed or make you feel like that you don't want to keep practicing because you're not getting what you're looking for. That's where patience comes in, and also self-confidence and direction. You could have practiced something for years and years and years, but you haven't gotten the results that you're looking for. That doesn't mean you're not going to get the results. That just means that you possibly have been going about it in a less productive way than you could. So then that's where changing your approach comes in, changing your approach to the way you live your life and the way you go about your meditation and your practice to be able to try and get things the way that you want to get them. So when life gets you down, and when depression may come in, or you may feel a little sad, or you may feel a lack of encouragement to continue doing what you've been doing due to external instances, or maybe you have a lot of built up emotions that you've been holding on to that have now just swelled up into the front yard, and you're kind of dealing with them. The thing that I do, and the thing that sometimes it's hard to remember to do if you do this, but it is very beneficial and it works, is to tell yourself purposely in your own mind what you want to hear, which may be positive words, affirmations, something like, oh, that's not going to bother me, that's not true, I do have self-confidence, these things can work for me, maybe it's not as bad as it really is. Telling yourself those kind of things actually works, and that's where self-affirmations comes in. A lot of people make those videos and books that actually help people, because the self-affirmations of presenting what you want to yourself actually works, because your mind is a computer, and if you program the mind to be able to think and feel the way you want it to, that's all you got to do. So those are my thoughts on how you can balance spiritual practice, meditation, with daily life, with working or dealing with family life and such. I know some people who find it very hard, and know some people who find it very easy. It's all just about your approach and the way you go about it, and how much you really want to hold that balance. Because you have to really want it, and if you really want it, nothing can stop you from getting it. So this is Joshua Shanti. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe below. So please check out my new channel that I created. I'm gonna start doing comical skits about real life situations. And I thought it would be a cool idea, a new way to present lessons and things that people may be interested in or want to laugh at that they've experienced and such. So I'm gonna put it right here. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel right there. And check out the videos. And I will see you next time. Namaste.